Hey guys, Bree here. Last we left off was on page 5. Sorry I haven't been on lately. I was sick a few days, 2 weeks ago or two. Much better now, so I'm ready to continue with page 6 of my story. Alright. Here we go with page 6. Back in the dishwashing area, Furfur and Casdea walked in as Melissa was preoccupied with scrubbing down a dish with a long green sponge. She turns off the machine and turns around only to be startled by the two. "Good God!" Melissa gasped. "We're sorry. Did we startle you?" Furfur asked. "Well, maybe just a little," Melissa said, regaining herself. "So, how are things coming?" Casdea asked. "Not too bad. I was wondering when our breaks were," Melissa said. "Well, lunch will be very soon," Furfur said. "But it's only—" Melissa started to say as she looked at the clock and found it to be 12:15 in the afternoon. "Oh," Melissa said, realizing the time. "We'll also be joined by the big boss for lunch today," Furfur said. "We will?" Casdea asked with confusion. "Yes, Cass, our big boss, remember?" Furfur said, trying to make Casdea think a little. "Oh, yes, the big boss of the company," Casdea realized. "He's been wanting to meet you for some time," Furfur said. "But I just started here today," Melissa said. "Yes, we know, but with each new employee, not only does Presbyterian need to meet the employee, but Lucy does as well," Furfur said. "Lucy? That sounds like it's either foreign or a girl's name," Melissa said. "Foreign, yes, foreign indeed," Casdea said. "Okay," Melissa said, looking at Casdea strangely as Furfur was shaking his head at him. They started walking out of the dishwashing area and down the hall into a large banquet hall of a room, only to be greeted by Dantalion, Presbyterian, and Lucifer. That's right, you heard me say it, Lucifer. Melissa just stood and looked at Lucifer, but realized she was staring and sat down. Lucifer stood 6 foot, had dark short hair and brown eyes and a slender build. "Ah, you must be Melissa," Lucifer said. "Yes, sir, I am," Melissa said as she looked at his captivating eyes. "Oh, you don't have to call me sir. Lucy is just fine," he smiled. "Is Lucy short for something?" she asked. Casdea started coughing and making a spectacle of himself, so Dantalion kicked him from underneath the table. Lucifer and Melissa looked at them and then each other. "Lucifer, actually," he answered. "That almost sounds Latin," Melissa said. "Yes, it is." Lucifer smiled at her. Everyone started digging into their lunch. "So, is everyone treating you well here?" Lucifer asked. "Yes, everyone's been quite welcoming, which, I have to be honest, is all very new to me," Melissa said, taking a sip of her coke. "Oh, why is that, if I may ask?" Lucifer said. "Well, it's just all through my life I haven't been treated as well as I would have liked by a lot of people," Melissa said. "Well, if no one can accept you as who you are, then they have no business getting to know you or passing judgment," Lucifer added, smiling. "That's very kind of you to say," Melissa said. "Well, I tell it like it is. I think you'll fit in wonderfully within our staff," Lucifer said. Casdea was taking a sip of his water as he spat it out, and again Dantalion gives him a kick. Melissa and Lucifer, okay. Melissa and Lucifer looked at them. "Is there a problem with you two?" Lucifer asked. "No, sir, no problem. I was just overwhelmed by your heartfelt speech," Casdea said. Dantalion and the two others rolled their eyes. "My, Casdea seems quite sentimental," Melissa said. "Yes, he is somewhat of a sap," Lucifer said, giving Casdea a look. "Well, I should get back to work, seeing as our lunch break is over," Melissa said as she got up and took her tray. The others watched her, knowing she hadn't a clue what was coming. And that, my dear friends, is page 6. Hope you enjoy reading until page 7.